Yo, what's up? I should probably just take these off. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and germs.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Um,
Ladies and germs.
Yo, what's up? This is a new podcast. I'm just going to try my own podcast. Eric allegedly might try his own podcast.
One day.
We'll see what goes on. But yeah, just hopefully I can get straight to the point on these podcasts and we can just get going and it's going to be great.
Just crank them out.
Yeah.
That's literally all we're doing.
Just be able to...
That's how this came about. We were just standing talking, and you're like, why aren't we just recording this? Why aren't we just first one, go?
Yes. And this is a weird occasion of Eric and I talking about something, but then actually doing it right away.
Okay. Whose fault is that?
Both of ours.
No. It's 100%. I don't know. I wonder what your natural state is, because I think I steal all that thunder. I'm just a dreamer.
I am a dreamer, but that shot up a ton from the time we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, thank you for joining. I will be coming out with the name of this podcast. Eric says I should name it Patched Up Pod.
That sounds awesome.
Podcast, something
The
like
Patched Up Pod.
that. Let me know what you guys think. What I should name it. That would be cool.
Just call it like, what is this?
What is this? Yeah, so basically, like I said, we just thought about this and are doing it right now. So I have no idea what we're going to talk about right now.
We can literally talk about anything. I asked you while you were setting this up, like, dude, where are we going? Anywhere. It's the first one.
Yeah.
We don't have to. Doesn't have to be glamorous and perfect.
Heard.
How's the Lent been? Lent? Okay. I'm drinking whiskey right now because it is no longer a Lent.
Correct.
We're like an hour past Lent. It is evening of Holy Thursday. It's now officially the Triduum. Chernobyl.
Call me a bad Catholic. I had no idea that was a thing.
It's like one of those things where you whip out the technical rule book and you're like, oh, I can give in to everything I give up. It's officially the evening of Easter of Holy Thursday.
I just don't believe it. Maybe that's why I just didn't know about it. My parents were like, if we can keep them away from these things for 3 more days, let's do it.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's probably why I don't know.
I definitely exploited it in college. Way more than I ever knew about it before.
Really?
Like Lent for me went all the way until Easter Sunday. And then getting more into the rules of my faith was like, oh no, the Triduum's different. It's at the end of Lent. It's a whole different part of the season.
Gotcha. Right on.
So we can talk about Lent.
Yeah, that's what I was about to.
Oh, dude, frick.
How was your Lent? You don't really necessarily have to say what you gave up, but how was your mindset going into it? And then your mindset coming out?
My mindset, this Lent, this was the best Lent I've ever had. And I'll preface that with most other Lents I've had have sucked. And also, that doesn't mean this Lent was spectacular. This Lent, but I think it was the best one I've ever had. I'm definitely closer to Jesus and way more spiritual than I've ever been before. Last Lent was also the best Lent I've ever had before, but I gave up a couple weeks into it. It just got I got so stuck in the I'm giving things up and I hate this, and just it all crashed and burned. But the spirituality I've developed since last year and I got to put into place was just I'm no longer just striving for these mega ridiculous disciplinary things. And I told myself going in, I'm not going to judge anything except for the first day of Lent and the last day of Lent. I have an ideal I'm striving towards during Lent, and that's what I'm giving up, but I haven't been perfect with it. But it's been the best Lent ever. And I think it's because I just let go of that judgment. Because before it was like, I just held the rule of discipline so high of like, I need to give this up. And if I don't, I screwed Lent up. Instead of like,
Yeah.
I need to give myself some distance away from a couple earthly things just to let my spirituality like just flutter around a little bit. I can actually like swim in the desire that pulls me towards these earthly things, because that's where you find God, in swimming in the desire that lies under it. So I think I did that way better than I have before this Lent. But I definitely gave in a few times. It wasn't perfect, but
Right.
I had the one rule that was just don't judge yourself, except for the first day and the last day. And it was like oddly freeing, because I didn't allow judgment. So when I messed up, I was just like, okay, boom, next day, what do we got? Boom, next day, what do we got?
Yeah.
How are we gonna do it better? What's the goal? And I just kept reframing it continually.
Whoa. Yeah. That's exactly what I was about to ask you.
Bro.
How was your reboot? How was your bounce back? But you just explained that.
It's the first time I've ever, literally, and I'm 26, it's the first time I've ever had a Lent that didn't crash and burn in my life. I usually got so sick of the discipline and the framing it, and I was just like, nah, screw this. I'm so sick of the stress of like being perfect. And I think there's just a balance of like the maturity of where I'm at, but also like not being such a dictator with the rules in my own life. Like just like I want to grow closer. That's the goal. I'm going to put these rules around to grow closer. But if I mess up the rules, I didn't fail Lent. So it's been the best so far, for sure.
Good.
And also the fruits from it have been awesome. How about your Lent?
Right on. Right on. Mine was, yeah, I think we're usually on close to the same path.
Yeah, we've been
just
talking for like,
2 years.
yeah.
Has it been 2 years?
I was writing today and I was like, when did we start?
I thought it was like the end of
17?
2017. Yeah. So
Yep. Brag. That's kissing 2.5.
yeah. My girlfriend teaches math, and I still have no
Teaches
idea
him math.
what math is.
All I see
I
is
got
numbers.
kicked out of I dropped out of my senior year math class.
Hell yeah.
That's how much I love math.
Dude.
But my Lent, yeah, my Lent, of course, I say of course, it sucks, but it wasn't great. With just like disciplines and everything.
Sure.
But there's definitely, man, there was something weird with this quarantine and Lent being on the same like time that I just felt like I needed to read and reflect most of the days that I didn't really have much going on. And
yeah.
so
that's a whole nother level we didn't hit. We can hit.
Yeah.
But it's like quarantine changed it.
quarantine changed everything. What's your least favorite thing about quarantine right now? Oh, least favorite thing about what's going on in the world?
About what's going on in the world? Ugh.
COVID 2020 now.
COVID 2020.
COVID 2020.
COVID.
What's your least favorite thing?
Do I have a least favorite thing? I'm like such like a deep optimist. I don't know if there's that many things I really hate. Like I usually reframe something to where I like it. But I think maybe the most irritating. Well, saw dude.
Oh, what's up?
So sorry.
No, you're Gucci.
You guys
Just-
recording right
We're
In the middle.
dude.
But should probably be.
We're crushing a podcast right now.
Literally.
Say hi. You can't.
Yeah,
you can't
say
just
hi.
walk in and not
Say
say
hi.
hi. Yo, saw dude.
now? How's it going?
So everyone watching us knows Max. And
Yeah.
everyone watching
It's
a
Max.
video of mine is like, Patrick, what the hell? Where's Max?
Right there.
This is his favorite part. Literally the favorite part of everyone's of the video.
Just
My
change
videos.
the name of your channel to Max.
Yo, no caps. That would be the change of it. But
What is it?
No caps. What's up?
How's it going? I'm
Dude.
gonna get some quiet time out here. So
Get
you guys
after it.
finish.
right
Dope.
on. Right on.
Least favorite part.
Yeah.
So this, like, I've been able to reframe most things and, like, love it. Like, not seeing my girlfriend, Jess, has been such a gift. Because it's been, like, purifying my desire to be with her. Which is something I did not see coming. I thought I'd be super pissed about it, but it's been a blessing.
Amen.
But what's been driving me bonkers, my butt hurts so much, man. I've just been sitting in my dang room. It's like, I need to just get out. I'm over here. We're recording a podcast right now during quarantine. Oh my God. Yeah, I have this part of me that's just like, you can try to keep me in a corner, but I will, at some point I will run away.
Right.
Usually in the middle of the night, and I'll bring alcohol of some sort also.
Yeah, so
Being trapped.
because Lent is allegedly over, still don't believe it, Eric just shows up to my house with a bottle of Crown, I think.
Yeah.
And that was, he was like, dude, we're drinking.
Lent's over.
Tonight.
Let's party.
Because that is the real meaning of Lent, everyone.
The second it's over, you gotta take it for what it is. Maybe it's just been like one of those weeks and I haven't been like fully realizing it, but I just need like a little escape.
Yeah.
Maybe. Wait, so what's the
What
worst?
is it about escapes? We're not getting on that. Never mind.
That's
Never mind.
gonna.
We're
That's
not-
such a can of worms, bro.
We can't. I told
No,
you
what's-
guys I'd keep it short.
What's the worst part of your Lent? Also, how's Lent been? You kind of like ran around it a little bit. You said it's been okay with the discipline.
It's definitely been okay. It's definitely. I said it was just the Lent aspect was like very much. I had a set of things that I wanted to stick to, and I stuck to a few of them. But throughout Lent, I started reading and reflecting a lot more than anything.
Okay.
And so that's why it was like good. Like I'm not gonna say I did good with the
What you're trying to give
giving up on
Yeah.
things and sticking with that. But like I think God was like, "Yo, hey, why don't you listen to me a little bit?" And then like he just pushed me in a direction instead of me doing like, "I'm gonna do this."
That's a success. That's awesome.
So
So wait, was it like a week or two in? And you like weren't planning on doing all this prayer, but like at some point it was like, oh, I should do this.
yeah, I think I have such bad memory. I have such bad memory that
Probably has to do with your math or something.
yeah.
I don't know.
Can't count the days. When did COVID start being a thing? Like where we started paying attention to it? Because was it like 2 weeks ago?
It hopped on the radar like over a month ago. I've been working from home for like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And people were chirping about it for like a month prior, probably.
Okay.
Toilet paper's
So-
been gone for a month.
Somewhere around there, yeah. Somewhere around there. Which, cheat code, speaking of toilet paper, if you really need toilet paper, go to Walmart and go to the camping section and they have biodegradable toilet paper. The only thing that you have to do if you use that, you have to go outside.
I thought you were gonna go to Walmart and go to the garden section. They have plants. You can just grab leaves.
Also, you can use leaves for toilet paper, people. Gosh, you should see Max and I's bathroom. It's just full of plants. I'm kidding.
Shitty plants.
Okay. Yep. Let's do a
you thinking?
A verse, and or quote, and or something you heard, and or something you watched in the last week, and or day, and or 3 days.
Something you're into right now.
Something that has been super on your mind. Literally anything.
You go first. Do you have one? I'd have to think about it for a second.
Okay. I'll go first.
I think I have to think about it for a second.
I actually posted on Instagram,
Ooh.
patches_Carney. It was this morning's canticle in morning prayer and it just said, it was like Jesus speaking, and it was like, I longed to have this meal with you before I suffer. And so my Instagram story was just about, because when I was reading this morning, morning prayer, I was at Lake Toronto. I just had camped out there.
I love that so much.
So I'm sitting on this you love this. I'm sitting on this picnic table that's like up facing Lake Toronto. And my buddies, like, the second we pulled up, he was like, I bet you're going to do yoga on that table in the morning, huh? And that's exactly what I did.
Do you have the mat and everything?
No, I didn't have the mat. I was so mad. But I was just doing some stretching.
Too perfect.
I was doing some stretching, and then I started reading morning prayer, and then I read that, and I was just, like, blown away. How much he just longed to have that, like, dinner with his disciples and be consoled and, like, be in that community for one last time. And it just made it so vivid for me being in that, camping out in that spot. Like, Jesus wasn't, like, in the temple reading, studying all day. Like, I just imagine the 12 apostles being in this town, and like Jesus is preaching, and they're like, oh my gosh, and then like they all retreat, and then Jesus goes and prays, and like the 12 apostles are just being child men over in the water, just throwing each other, wrestling each other in the water, and then like a couple of them are starting a fire and like getting the fish ready. And then, like, Jesus comes in and, like, joins them. Probably just, like, body slams one of them. Like,
What's up, dudes?
That's how I picture that, like, and that's just, like, it made it so vivid being out there. And so that's something that's been on my mind.
Dude.
That was literally just today, so.
I was looking up a quote that I've been into, but as you were talking, there's been something more recent that's like I've been really loving. In particular, I think we're in a super, super special time right now with God, and that there's just this is the thought basically. This is the first Easter I've been alive, and many people, there's not going to be any sacraments on Easter Sunday. Like, there's not going to be any public masses because of this coronavirus and spreading of the disease. Like, that is brand new to me. That's nothing like that's ever happened. Right. There's always mass. It's either Christmas or Easter when all the half Catholics go to mass and when all the Catholics are there. So it's super packed. And there's nothing. And like, I can't help but think that there is just overflows of grace that God's just so ready to give for those who ask. And so like, especially like this last week and this week, I've been talking with Jess a bunch, just like, we've just been being really intentional with asking for that grace. Just freaking bathe us in it. Just dump it all over. I know it's right there. Like, you're not just gonna gyp us without the sacraments. It's like you want to give so much and care so much for us. It's like those who want it, I feel like there's just something hovering like above my heart that's just like, dude, if you ask, there's something special about this Easter. That's what I've been thinking about a lot.
Perfect.
Been asking a lot.
Perfect. I think I just found the question I'm going to finish with on
Ooh.
each one of these podcasts.
Freak yeah.
That was the question.
Ooh.
I don't have another one. That was it. And I think we're at the time. Probably went longer than expected.
Perfect.
It's Eric and I talking, so
Yeah, oh gosh.
that is super expected. Happy Easter.
Dude,
Happy Good Friday.
pour out a Corona for both of us.
Yeah. Unless you're under 21. Well, you can pour it out if you're under 21.
You can
Not into your throat.
love it.
All right. Peace out, guys.